We are recording. Today is one of those amazing days. Again, 1/20, 20, 21. The astrology is phenomenal for today, cataclysmic. It's the day where the energies, the guard that are holding the energies and the power and trajectories for actually the entire world have shifted. One president goes out, a new president comes in. So I brought this little tool. We must truly, deeply recognize that this is an energetic shift, a phenomenal energetic shift for each of us personally and collectively, for our consciousness now has a much broader realm to expand and dial in our own divine frequency field, because a lot of chaos and trauma was keeping us on our ear and distracted and worried about the future of our social systems. So it's a day to celebrate, but also, like any PTSD person, no matter what side you're on, we've been through a lot. So I thought in this meditation, number one, we'll let the past go. Our feelings, our angst, our fear, our holding our breath so intensely. And when's the other shoe going to drop? And then the next part will be we empty ourselves and we begin to relax into a new pulse, a new flow that is more natural. It is inspired by goodness. And again, no matter what happens out there, there could still be hiccups and chaotic bumps. But we are holding within ourselves an innate trust that good will triumph overall and love eventually. Okay, so we begin the Be the Light meditation by relaxing. And also, I'm going to have you take your hands and place your palms right onto your eyelids and very gently press, or just maybe the count of 5. Our eyelids hold so much tension, and if the muscles in your eyelids are held and comforted and soothed, the rest of your nervous system follows suit and begins to rest and let go. We've been jacked up in our nervous systems, our flight or fight, and it's really time to take a breath today when there is some degree of normalcy so far reinstituted into our systems, into our leadership systems of authority. So for this moment, let's drop in and begin the release and rest process. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place the beautiful hold-on of balance over our entire body. And in doing so, we begin to remove everyone else's energy from our field, the media, the stories, any fears, any to-do checklists, and we begin in this moment to just be comfortable, sitting with an empty self, a self that we are in charge of what to pay attention to, what to allow in, and sometimes even embody the safe higher vibrations that work with who you really are. But take a deep breath and notice how your nervous system and your thoughts, your particles of your reality have been hijacked a lot by people, places, and things in the media and the stories. And we are now choosing to bring that to our attention so we can let it go, so we can move forward free to recreate a new way of thinking that feels safer, unchaotic. You're not looking over your shoulder or checking the news for the next wild thing. We have been traumatized individually, and because we are sensitive, we have a mass consciousness traumatization. So we're going to work with that as well. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. In your whole line of balance, we are feeling and we are admitting this sogginess, this heaviness. So as I'm speaking, imagine that it's been too much rain, too much water, and it's beginning to seep out. Make little special little release valves, releasing the energy from your heart. All that bottled up heart energy that had turned towards defensiveness in a non-loving world. Open the spigots and let all of that energy out so that your heart can rest from this trauma. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth, and take your focus to your lungs. All of the disappointments, all the zigs and zags where you didn't want it to zig, having to stay home in the pandemic, not being able to hug loved ones, so much this year. Policies that hurt people. Turn the little spigots within your lungs, heart of hearts, the energetic core of your lungs, and release the disappointments, the sadness, the grief. And knowing as you release it in your lungs, we are tapping into the grid, and we are allowing the collective holding of the breath, the sadness, the contraction to pour out. So go ahead and find that valve and turn it to completely open. And notice how much pressure was building, energy that it didn't know where to go. So we're using our creative imagination and we are releasing all of this pressure out of our lungs now. So our heart is still clearing, releasing, and opening. Take a deep breath and notice that your breath has more space. It's like these little areas that were all filled in with the feeling of dread now can open and expand like bellows. More oxygen, more life forces. Now we take our attention to our muscular skeletal system. It has held such tightness and contraction in our neck, our shoulders, our hands, everywhere. We ask and intend that the mechanism within our brain that has been holding this over tense arc within our muscles, within our tendons, attached to our bones, is now beginning to ease its grip, to soften and stretch. And you are noticing more room, more blood flow. The tendons are moving from a high tension into the middle zone and taking a deep breath. And we are allowing ourselves to let go, to feel safe enough to let go of our guarding, girding, and armoring of our very physical bodies. So take a Deep breath and notice you might feel heavier because all that weight is now just sitting there. You feel wider. There's more room to breathe. You're actually in your body. You're feeling your bones, your sit bones, holding this physical body that is emptying of all the noise, all the discourse. You are emptying out like a beautiful vessel, a chalice, and all these energies are from the other. Think about that. Your environment, your past indoctrination of how things are, the stories, and then on top of it, the stories and decisions you made based on who seemed trustworthy in the other realm. And now I'm asking you to let it all go, even your own overlapping condensed story of reality. Where we are moving to is different than what we can imagine from what we've experienced. So we ask and intend that we even empty of ourselves, of our own individual attachments, perceptions, judgments, leanings, beingness based on limited human personality perceptions. Notice you're still sitting there, you're still feeling safe. The ego writes us a story that, boy, if you let go, you won't be safe. You'll just float off. No, true safety is being empty so that your true essence can come into your heart and flow outward until every cell, every part of you is taken into this delightful deluge of divine essence, where you are, what's the word, when a woman surrenders to an absolutely wonderful romantic experience? I'll think of it. Or you just fall back into the arms of the Creator's soft, sustaining grid work of resources and people and goodness and kindness and truth. The ego has mitigated and kept you from that natural place that is your true nature. So we're emptying out of everything. So the second part of this meditation, we can let in a movie we never imagined, better than we ever imagined. And remember, your thoughts create. So if divine thoughts are coming in, oh my goodness, you're creating a horse of a different color, a zebra with polka dots, things you can't imagine. Uh-oh. My computer hijacked me there for a minute with the message. Everything flew off. I guess that's what happens when you start anticipating that you can co-create and not experience reality. My whole screen moved over with some little alert message. Alert, alert, she's taking off. And that's a good point. As you empty out and you listen to spirit, you will look different. You will act different. You will be different. And this beingness, this essence is what people seek. They'll be mad at you. They'll want to cord you, get your information. And that's where all the work that you've done on your spiritual path of discernment and always doing things in integrity and love will help you stand there in your superpowers, in your super emptiness, being guided by the superpower of all. It's surrounded by your homies, your angels. You'll be humble and you'll be kind and you'll be in service in a way that serves you and serves everyone else. So as I'm speaking, you are even emptying to a greater degree. Okay, let's go into your stomach. Take a deep breath and release. That's where the fear grips you. And there's like 3 different layers. So first, the outer layer, that fear of everything happening in the world and how you'll be and how everyone will be. Let that melt off. Let that melt off. So you do not have to be afraid as you let your will be the Creator's will as one. The second layer is fear for your loved ones, for money, your environment, the community. Let that go. There is a divine plan, and you will help the divine plan move along if you're empty of fear. That last little inner ball of fear is fearing of never being who you truly are, but fearing of becoming who you truly are. Do you see what a dichotomy that is? I'm afraid, I don't know, how will I be? The fear within a fear. Take a deep breath and see it for what it is, an illusion. It is delusional to not reference yourself as who you really are, which is a divine being here visiting in a physical body, who didn't arrive with a true operation manual, but was programmed and educated in a fear-based, soon to be old movie social story. And you are bringing the new story. It is not from your mind. It's not from your old story. It's not from your personality. It's this place of no fear. Take a deep breath. And I want you just to see where your stomach used to have all these 3 layers is empty. We ask and intend to release all fear from our abdomen, from our stomach, from our diaphragm. And now guess what? Our will chakra can actually start feeling some life and juices and energy because we're not girding, and our will that is pushed so hard against our true self, we are tuning like a little frequency dial on a radio, our will into the highest will of the Creator and your prenatal contract of what you promised to bring now. My will be thy will. You can even say that in your head. My will be thy will. I am one with Source. All that I do and all that I think is informed by the highest, best pictures, thoughts, and words. I release old resistances from my will. I release old pictures and attachments. I release old feelings of being unprepared to be a divine mentor for the world and her people. I release all old, secondary, unconscious, intentional activities so that my will is perfectly aligned with my true essence and my gifts and my truest, highest mission now. Excellent. Let's take a look at our base chakra. Any old lingering fears, anything related to your physical existence, getting old, losing vitality, not having money, not having a house, all of these are human constructs. And since we're moving to the 5th dimension, where they have no place or value to worry about these things, and you are a transition agent, wouldn't you like to be the first in line to co-create exactly what you need without fears, grappling and holding and anchoring you into the fear-based world. So we ask and intend that our base chakra, like a camera aperture that has been small, will I be okay? Will I get the money? Begin to open into a rainbow, beautiful frequency field of opportunity, resources, love, relationships, companionship, wonderful homes, environments, and community that aren't gelled yet. Because it's going to take yourself receiving the new movies and other beings receiving the new movies and co-creating them. But you can't co-create if your base chakra is still anchored into it'll never happen. I don't know how to do it because I'm afraid. So we are releasing that. And it does help to gradiate these things, okay? I'm feeling we need to take a little stair step. So we are working with our base chakra. Take a deep breath, releasing any fears of not feeling safe, of not having resources, of getting old or sick. All of these things are man-made, mass consciousness, fear-based creations. Take a deep breath and add your own intentions. Anything that's keeping you feeling heavy and not free and not resourced, let it go. Let it go when I get to the count of 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today is a day of new beginnings, of taking oaths of service, oaths to work towards a higher order. And it's not just for the president, vice president. This is your oath day to be part of the new. And oaths are serious. Oaths are important. And as light workers here, again, you don't have a manual. You have a communication system that is better than any manual you could imagine. A manual, just like music, is something frozen in time. It's not written for in this moment, this dance, this flow, this other person on the greater grid information system is told, call Mary, call Jan. We are in a moment to moment divine dance of co-creation for the new paradigm. And that is why we are clearing everything out that would keep us stuck in the old. So take a deep breath and let me think if there's anything I'm forgetting. Oh, take your attention to your throat. Some of you have had habits, lifetime idea that it's not safe to speak of, and it is imperative as you are releasing and becoming more clear, your voice is going out. And I've even shown it. It's a color bath. It's an energy bath. You must take full responsibility because you are repainting the new reality as your thoughts become into a flow of vocal communication. It's extremely important. I have a little bird tapping on my roof with this one. A little bird. Hello. Yes, that is correct. Birds are of the angelic realm. Yes, just sounds just like this. Choose your words carefully. Let's clear our throats of the old stuck energy. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel any tension or rings of holding back your truth. And we're going to make an oath. As we are clearing, and the new words and directions and messages come through, and we're asked to share them, and we're given permission to share them with other humans. We ask that our throats be free of the fear, the withholding, the patterns of tightness, and imagine that a beautiful little spiral corkscrew is going in, and it is unwinding and clearing and boring and opening this beautiful tunnel to make exquisite communication of a high vibration with clarity come through you every time you speak. Remember, we took that oath. Every moment we're in service. And you'll feel so good about yourself and have more confidence and see the effect of your kind, loving voice. Take a deep breath. And before we open our crown chakra and we bring in the new pictures, one more thing. Our mind. Our mind. We ask and intend that we give our mind a break, a rest. The ego uses our mind to trigger us, to triumph the emotions of fear and protection over love. We ask and intend that our mind stays asleep and calm, goes on a vacation, unless we need to make a list, prioritize something, or to look at something in a logical way. That is the proper use of the mind. From this moment on, our heart is Grand Central Station, our administrative information in and out. You feel it, know it in your heart. And then you can speak it out. And your mind gives you the logic of how to be in service, like an Excel sheet. Think about it. It's a left brain. Your mind is it's the left brain part, okay? But it doesn't give directions. It takes directions. Okay. So now we are empty. Everything is in its proper place. Shall we see each of our bright futures? Open your crown chakra. We ask and intend. And the Creator listens, of course, omnipresent, that our own highest movie and vibrational realm, new pictures and thoughts that are given to us in the right timing, so that we may be fully connected with the best, highest movie in every single breath, every single choice, every single thing about our lives. We simply open our crown chakra, and this energy is coming down towards you. It is moving. It is like a molten, pure light, and it is coming down. And here it is just settling on your head, on your crown chakra. And imagine that you have a crown, and it is holding this energy in. And on the next big breath in and big breath out, you are allowing that energy to simply come, and you are being immersed. You're allowing it to come and defrag your neurological systems, your endocrine systems, musculoskeletal systems, cardiac, lung, everything is being refreshed and reattuned to this new, higher spiritual communication system. As this energy comes into your heart, allow yourself to see glimpses of the new world that is coming, of which you are a co-creator. Ask for a message. What is my highest, best next step? ask for whatever your heart is seeking in this moment to see and know. The important thing is that you are establishing your telephone system within your heart, in your intuition, in this physical body now. You are bringing heavenly energy here now in this body into this dimension with all that that entails: knowing, seeing, and just listen. In this lightness of being, we anchor in this blessed state as the new you. We take an oath to serve this platform of beingness, which is slightly above the earth realm, and that we be compassionate with all the struggle and all the chaos as it repatterns itself. We are a master puzzle piece with a huge light emitting from us in this glorious space, that others may see their puzzle piece and their part in the misalignment. So hold on to this feeling for a moment. It's almost as if it's making new structures within your heart. Very, very powerful. Restructuring. Excellent. We ask that this energy be stabilized and held just the way it is now. Take a deep breath. We ask and intend that we know in a few moments when we come back with our eyes open that we will still hold this energetic profile. We will still feel this connection. We will still feel this good, empty and light and ready for new movies, to co-create new movies with like-minded souls. So take a nice deep breath as you begin to move your hands and your fingers and to come back into this space, into the room that you're in, and notice you're still floating and you're still safe. Everybody's here, made it through. Now put a beautiful golden resilient egg around your body and your energy field to hold this new energy in. So that even as you go throughout your day, other things just bounce off. Look at the TV, it bounces off. And you are looking at everything from a loving, open heart, protected, allowing everybody their own timing to get where you are in this moment, because there is a timing each soul is chosen. So there's no judgment. You're only responsible for you. And here you are, completely balanced, joyful, and free to move about your life, aligning your will with the next best, highest choice and thought. Excellent. So we'll bring this meditation to a close, and I'll press recording stop, and then we'll just spend a few minutes checking in, saying hello to everybody. This is Jan Jorgensen at Be the Light Meditations every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Sound and Light, healingarts.com.